All right, welcome everyone. Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Great Pretender, Season 1, Episode 4. You better find an actual chemist that can make this drug for you.
Delve deep into your mind palace and become the chemist that
you-
Kamina believes in you to be.
You better convince them pretty quick.
Right.
Because,
Right.
yeah. Kasano really believes in you right now, but don't use up that resource. That is a vital
Because
resource.
his Kasana is not your Sukasana yet until you make that drug.
Nope.
Well, he did welcome him to the family.
He did.
So he could stall. As a content creator.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
That is always a good technique to employ.
Well,
just don't employ it too much.
See, the trouble is, he's already stalling. So,
well, I mean,
you
but is
make use of that time. What, either cozy up to Salazar and start sending him on a little delusion of grandeur or whatever.
And the enemies to lovers in the previous thing, Jacob. I didn't mean it with Salazar specifically.
Hey, he could make that work. But yeah, no, you got to figure something out because right now, best shot that I'm seeing for you guys is just a straight up heist at this point. I don't know how you're gonna actually make him give you the money without really creating Sakura magic.
The kind of stuff that I think that would make this work is if they ended up having this be a long form thing, and it's okay, I need to go get this from Japan. This is a special thing that you can only get at Mount Fuji in a specific time of year.
Sure.
And I have a supply of it at my, lab, but, none here. And they'd be like, well, we'll have our people go grab it.
Right, exactly.
No.
Given that it's a $10 million deal, Kasano will sort of just make whatever needs to happen. So you can't go for the inconvenience angle other than to stall for time, and that will only go so far.
Right.
Yeah.
So, add another con on top of the con. Whenever you're caught lying, just keep lying.
Just keep lying.
Just lie your whole way down the depths.
Just get a list of a dozen people that you can pay off that are also fantastic actors to try the Sakura magic.
Maybe have Laurent and Abby have a three-way with Kasano or something. We're gonna get that desperate.
Find an actual chemist that you can be like, okay, so if we took meth and ecstasy, is there any way you could just put those together in something that sort of works?
Something that's just gonna fuck him up for a little bit.
Right. Yeah, but at the same time, if Kasano believes in the art of this that much, he might be like, okay, I mean, this is effective, but where's the artistry? I'm paying you for artistry, so.
Yeah. All right, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Wait.
We're getting a lawyer. Oh, okay.
Dad, yeah.
Oh.
Wow. A representative of the law.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Damn, this is actually kind of ironic.
Mm-hmm.
An actual, honest to God good lawyer, when lawyers are known to be, the biggest,
Yeah. Well, and turns out that maybe he was.
A strong moral code is more important than book learning. A lawyer said that.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That didn't even ever happen.
Oh, it literally is.
Nice.
It literally is
shit.
The family situation. He is in the
Uh-huh. So yeah, no, I think we're gonna be playing Salazar.
Oh my god.
Wow. He's not wasting time. That is insanely fast.
I don't think there's any way they're gonna play Salazar. He has the most stone cold.
Yeah.
Oh, drone footage. Nice. It's so easy to find. Yeah. Damn. Yeah. Anderson looks really bad now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, please send a Mullen. Yes,
Right.
yes.
And if he
That could
gets
save
them
him.
on their side, then he could actually get a product.
Right.
Maybe. Wait, how did you get in Salazar's house?
It was easy. You dumbass, the window's open. Wow. Oh my god, he's gonna teach him! That's how they've been doing it.
Holy shit.
And on headphones so he can't hear it. This is brilliant.
I love it. You're being awful loud. Yeah, okay, they're bringing that up.
That's true.
That. Hey.
Yes.
ホットドッグは嫌いか。いや。ここのは本当にうまい。
Connect on him with the family angle, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
さんと子供はどこに住んでると。妻は事故でした。
Oh, shit.
週に一度だけ会ってる。日曜。今日でねえか。仕事がある。
Oh.
Fuck, man.
Nice. Let's go to your kid's foster home. Yeah. Oh, and he's really excited to see his dad.
All right.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Don't tell me Salazar is going to be the tragic death that rips our heart out.
Wow. Oh, the smile from Salazar. All right. Yeah. He's stone cold serious.
I bet in
show
gunfights
nothing.
this doesn't scare me.
I am master of anything that
Yeah.
comes my way. Oh, Pachinko. Right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You want to trade?
That's kind of bodyguard-like.
There you go.
Yeah, just time to think. Oh, okay. All right.
Damn, he didn't even mean to have a...
枝村誠ね。私は FBI のディキンス捜査官。カッサーノとの関係について。
Oh God, and the fact that someone on Casano's payroll is here for this too, that makes it even worse.
Right.
まだ何も作ってねえだ。いや、絶対作る気もね。
いいえ、作ってもらう。
Of course. We gotta catch him doing this.
Yep.
私たちの目的はローランとカッサーノをまとめて。
Wow.
Right, because
そのためには
Nice.
現場を抑えるのが手っ取り早い。
協力してくれるなら司法取引で日本へ帰れるわ。
Phew.
断れば無所で野郎どもも終わり。
You would not last long. Oh.
ちょっとした通信用ガジェットよ。ブランドは合わせてみたわ。
nice.
協力する決心がついたら。
And we'll know if you use them. Right.
Wow.
毎日これくらい楽しければいい。
Oh.
どこへ行ってた？
トイレだべさ。
So are you cold enough to be able to pull one over on Salazar, ruin
Yeah.
his little family situation? Yeah, yeah. She of course was watching you.
金をいただいたらすぐに飛んずらさ。
Gone with the wind. Nice.
まったくだ。
Huh.
知り合いによると、ポーラ・ディキンスが担当する。
Oh.
Okay.
Who's that? Who does he have on the inside?
こんないい加減なやつ
つとつるんでたらおめえもそのうち
分かってる弱くなったら自分の身は自分で守るお前もそうしろ黒帯
Nice. She was that close to be able to notice all the time he was calling him a ninja.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dang.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got 3 groups. 3 groups. Breathe him down here. 4 groups.
Yeah, right. I was like,
4.
is it just 3 or are there more?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Fucking love it.
さっさとしろ。
おお博士いよいよ明日リノベーションが完成する今日はそれをやってあんたのために寿司ここにいる紳士淑女の方々みんな
All of them.
我々の絆は金貸しや俳優組合の結束力より強く固い東洋の若き飴職人枝村博士だ誰一人にだって指一本触れさせるつもりはないだがせっかく守ってやってるのに陰で俺をはめようとしてるやつが
Oh.
そんな身の程知らずがいるとすれば僕くらいだろうね。
いるわけねえだ
いるわけねえそうだよなだがな残念なことにいるんだよなあ博士誰かわかる
Oh, fuck.
いいよなさあみんな寿司を食え手づかみだな
All right.
What if that was just a way to...
オラたちの正体を知っててなして見逃してるだ
俺の仕事はカッサーノを身の危険から守る。
Yeah, yeah.
詐欺から守るのは仕事だない。
おめえだってギャングのボスだったんだろ
Uh-huh.
His kid's leverage, isn't it? Isn't he?
お前が思ってるより割に合わない。気が休まる時がない。
This way I get to see my kid at least once a week.
質問ばかりだな。
So Salazar threw him under the bus in order to buy loyalty with these guys here.
だからトムは俺の代わりにいい大学へ行かせて人並みの生活を送らせたい。
Wow, he found what mattered. Oh, yeah.
Shit.
She's passed away. You are doing everything you can for that.
いつか全てを知っちまうだいやもう感づいててパパの前では無邪気に振る舞ってるだけかもしれね
You're speaking from experience.
えただいまいえまたナスの味噌汁
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Human
shit.
trafficking.
そして弁護士の尾崎誠二3人は不法滞在中の未成年者たちを騙し国外へ人身売買をしていた疑いがかけられている
Holy shit. Yeah, that
that would shatter your belief in
Uh-huh.
so many things. Oh my god.
the idea that essentially you were getting conned by your dad your whole life.
Yep.
その前に条件さあるなサラザールさん見逃せ
Wow.
I love it.
It's a web, man. It's a
Yep.
fucking web.
It's all interconnected and
Yeah.
clicking on one thing like sends tremors throughout everything else.
Okay.
Oh my god.
3 twists this episode. We had the twist with the dad.
Yeah, that was
Dad being one.
that was brutal.
Yeah, because it was really cool to see the dissonance by us being like, wait, a lawyer saying all this stuff? And we knew that there was something that had gone on with his dad, but we didn't know if it was a way in which he was maybe, taking advantage of himself or something that he had, just died or,
and
himself was a criminal. So.
And with the way that Edamura is so idealistic in a way that almost doesn't, that straight up doesn't make sense given his job, the fact that, it wouldn't be something as simple as he took bribes or, or whatever, right? No. He was part of a human trafficking ring.
He had no morals.
Like
he had no moral code.
Holy shit. Like that, as far as the ways to go from like, my dad's the greatest to, oh, my dad is a fucking monster piece of scum.
Yeah.
Like that's it don't get much worse than that.
Right, and that's just the one twist. Then we've got the one of, oh no, Salazar knew.
Yeah. You don't
In fact,
even
he
need
probably
to con him.
suspected you for a while, and you don't need to con him.
Yeah.
He, if anything, wants things to go just enough that Salazar can't be too, he can't go too far with things. But no, he doesn't care about his money.
Yep. There are so many things I want to say about why I love that so much, but that I feel like I could talk about that so much. What was the other twist?
Well, the other twist basically is that they're going to make him a mole.
Right. Yes.
And
right.
he is making himself a mole.
Exactly.
He is deciding to do that. And rather than protecting Laurent or Abby, he's going to protect Salazar, which is such a cool thing because he's seeing the ways in which he doesn't want this kid to be robbed of his image of a father in the same way that he was.
Right.
So the decision that he makes here is compounded with the reveal that this is why he made the decision.
Right. So many of the decisions that are happening here, like they have such a feeling of agency to me because they have these big consequences and they don't adhere to what I would assume to happen based on like
convention.
Based on convention, because this story definitely loves to play into the convention because it's, we're familiar with the con, so let's do a great con story, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So like the thing of like him being a mole for the FBI makes total sense,
Total
right?
sense, yeah.
It's like, we're kind of expecting that to happen at some point. They start introducing the cops, we can tell where this is going, and especially given the dire straits that he's in, where he really is in a Kobayashi Maru. I don't care, Laurent, if you set him up with like some, web lessons from some great drug cook.
That was great.
Like that's fantastic that he would do that because you know what? Better than nothing. But
that's what Laurent can do.
Yeah. But that's not going to cut it. And the fact that here we end up having something where the big potential out here in Salazar isn't played from the standpoint of this is going to demonstrate his capability as a con man, but we're actually going to, because that would be something where it would be satisfying or unsatisfying from a plot standpoint, because ultimately it's addressing a plot problem that he is fucked right now.
Yes.
But if you have it solely be about him showing off his skills or whatever, then it's about making it compelling from a mechanics of how it works perspective. Doing it this way, this completely circumvents that, and it makes it, we're going to make this satisfying from an emotional perspective. This is Salazar. Cool. He gets to know him in this way because he's a con man.
Right.
But it's also the way to showcase that the skills that you have that are helping you in this job as a con man, there is more to those skills than just that.
Yeah.
You don't have to just be a con man, right? So all of the stuff that we are then seeing that got wrecked from his childhood when he finds out that his dad was a human trafficker, that can we can see how that can actually be used, that no, you're not actually necessarily stuck in this life, right?
Nope.
That this whole situation here can be okay, how do you take your life back, right?
Yeah.
Not just how do you get back to Japan so you can keep conning or whatever, right?
Right. Like I think one of the ways they're going to do this is that no, they're not going to send you back to Japan after you successfully get rid of this guy. Laurent's obviously going to get away. We'll see about Abby. Maybe. I think she will.
I think so.
But I think the FBI is going to be like, no, you did so good with that.
Let's hire you.
We're going to keep you going.
Yeah.
But no. Hiring you, no, that's too simple. You want to be not just going back to Japan, but you want your criminal record there free, right? Oh, well, so if you do another job for us,
Sure.
we'll keep you stringing along.
Right, like,
and I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to keep him on a leash.
Yep.
And it's going to be like, no, come back, doggy, come back. Which is the show called The Great Pretender, not because he's the greatest con man, but he's the greatest, con FBI man,
Which is another thing that oh my God, I want to laugh because we have a really compelling like story premise and everything, and then surprise, it ends up turning into a cop drama. That is the fastest way for me to lose interest in a story. That is the fastest
True.
fucking way for me to lose
Well,
interest.
because it's not a cop drama, even though.
Right.
It's-
But the thing is, it could totally turn it into something
what-
like
that's-
that, and that's why we have the LA case here. And I
Yeah.
will still totally be on board because, like, they completely changed the whole idea and point of the show in a single episode with, like, yes, it would have been
not-
set up beforehand, but like,
But it's also not fully done yet. That's just a theory
Right.
that I have about like what would make sense if they wanted
Oh, no,
to have
no.
the FBI characters be in the story and not have Laurent immediately caught.
totally, yeah. I'm not talking about from the standpoint of future stuff, even though I totally think it could go there. But yeah, it doesn't have to. The idea that now it's not about Edamura proving that he is, the very best pretender like no one ever was, right? The greatest confidence man, came from Japan. It's the story of everything surrounding that. And we're going to get, the emotional narrative packed in this wonderful, case of, like just a con job and gangsters and all of that stuff, right? And it's going to be delightful and engaging and, thrilling and all of that. And yet, the core of it is going to be, oh, can he save Salazar? And, do things like that. Not necessarily that specifically, right?
Yeah, but that's just going to be this arc.
Sure. Yeah. But I don't know. I can't say how much I adored the detail of the way that they handled the Salazar situation because it gives you both, right? Like you can, because he still is in a horrible situation where it's like, how do you get out of this, right? How is our protagonist going to survive? Oh, and also, it's it's emotionally and mechanically like satisfying. So I love the fact that it has both of those at the same time going so strongly, and yeah. But
Having the story focus so strongly on Salazar here is a really cool point because it's also an emotional stake that we now have to track for when this all goes wrong as well, which it is going to in some way for at least one or two parties here,
Sure.
no matter which way it goes.
Yep.
But the idea that we're gonna take care of some basic ass bodyguard ex-drug lord of the whole thing, maybe, sure,
Yeah.
we'll see. Yeah,
Right.
totally, kid. Yeah, absolutely, we will. Go do our
100%.
thing. Yeah, I think the biggest thing I'm finding out of this is that this is a story about the con man, the kid, who becomes the great pretender, and it's at what cost, at what
Sure.
kind of point did you end up thinking about what it would take to be the great pretender. And in a lot of ways, he has the image right in front of him now. His dad was the ultimate pretender to him. No one will ever top that for you.
yeah, that is a great way to put it. Yeah.
That's just the shitty situation you're in. And in some ways, his obsession with becoming the great pretender, becoming Hideyoshi to kind of surmount that and become someone who basically takes over a nation. Well, yeah, that would be a great way to forget about the guy who, pulled one over on you.
Yeah, you understand the game so well that way no one will ever get one over on you because you're the best in the business.
And also you can maybe end up forgetting about the one guy that was the actual best at that.
Right.
Because you can be... we forgot about him. We move on from him.
Yep.
Also, I love the way in which this sets up the not father-son relationship with him and Laurent as well, because Laurent can be the other version of that, where it's the you didn't look at the meta of the actually the most dangerous person was the Griffith blonde character you met in the very beginning who suckered you into this whole thing,
Right.
and played you perfectly in the very beginning of the story.
And this is a when I think of people working with the police that then are like, oh, but they have this found family, of criminals that they don't necessarily want to take the fall. Yeah, they don't want to lose. This is a way that makes me buy into the tension of it way more because no, he actually is just fine with Laurent being taken away because he's the same kind.
There's no attachment.
Right, no attachment to him. Oh, and also it's my association with con men is my dad. That's where all
Right.
this came from. Yeah, I'm going to be the greatest con man ever, to con. But like, there is it's not just a found family situation. In fact, it really isn't that yet. The most that we might have that with is Abby, and even then that's, spotty at best.
Oh, very
with
spotty.
Laurent, there could be some genuine desire to be like, no, I do specifically want him to go down. Right?
Or I want to prove to him something. And there's a lot of ways in which Edamura is very naive, but I think the biggest one right now is that he doesn't seem to have really anybody. So the fact that he's doing this for Salazar so quickly shows in a lot of ways his loneliness and his
Yes.
isolation, that he feels like he's doing something great by then saving him there. And maybe he doesn't feel like it's something great, but it's just this is the least I can do. Wow, that's you're a pretty defeated man if that's already where you're at. To be fair, he's in the shitty situation. But,
Yeah, he totally is. But
yeah.
that is something that makes me think about this, because given that we have a expert con man as the main character and the show's called Great Pretender, there's always that element of, okay, when are we seeing the real MC? Right? Like, when are we seeing him in his natural state where he's not conning anybody? Especially
Right.
since, with Laurent and Abby, that whole started with a con and everything, right? So,
Yeah.
so he will absolutely be putting up a front with them in the same way that he'll put up a front with everybody else, because
Right.
he doesn't actually trust them, right? This is still a game. They still started this by coercing him and all this stuff. And even though he can be like, yeah, no, totally, I got the extra $5 million. Look at how awesome I am. I won our bet. Now massage my feet. That's still there. And with the Salazar thing, to me, it added a little bit more evidence. And well, the Salazar thing combined with the thing with his dad add a little more evidence to my personal theory that maybe he's also conning himself a bit. And that's the concealing and hiding the idea of his dad. It's a self-deception. It's a self-con.
Oh, yeah.
And that's
He's
one of the
becoming
things.
what his father was anyway. That's already a form of self-deception. That he
Exactly. And so that's
Yeah.
one of the things that will make him such a good con, because then he can be like method about it and all that. But then that's also why the Salazar thing ends up like having this big impact, because suddenly it sort of cuts through all the other stuff. And it's not from someone
Right.
else doing it. It's
Right.
himself.
Right. That's why we thought about it and we're shown the backstory.
Exactly.
I think one of my favorite kind of things that this story has done so far is it's given us, almost in a silly way, every time we've had a flashback, there's been a reason for it. And usually it's the person is unconscious. They're asleep
Sure.
or they're knocked out.
Yeah.
But there's also this made me think of that.
Yep.
Something in the present draws the protagonist's mind
Right.
to a specific thing in the past.
And the fact that it's something as casual and happenstance as, yeah, stay at Salazar's house, he'll take care of you. Oh, and hey, well, Salazar has a picture of, his family, by the bed and everything, and you're just hanging out in his bed because he doesn't have a guest room or whatever, right? If you got what you wanted and you were staying in a hotel, this wouldn't have happened.
Yep.
Right? Like, it's a beautiful butterfly effect in the way that
Right.
that he thinks he has all of his shit put together, but he really doesn't. And yes, while no one else might really know it, all it takes is a happenstance coincidence, little, serendipitous thing. And now all of a sudden, his whole journey in certainly this like place that he's in this predicament has probably shifted just as a result of the fact that, oh, hey, he stayed with Salazar and Salazar had a picture of his family. Like, wow.
Wild.
Like, he might not have worked with the police if not for that.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, we introduced the kid, so now we can have the heartbreak in the
Yep.
next episode or two when Salazar ultimately dies
Right.
at a shootout or something like that.
and I hope it doesn't happen for a while, because I love him as a character. I want to see us get more with him. But yeah, I will be shocked if by the end of this season he's still alive, out of prison, or whatever.
I don't think this arc is lasting much longer, dude. I
Yeah.
think this arc's going to be ended in about 2 or 3 episodes. The fact that
I could see that.
The fact that like this happened with the police and the FBI, it's ending very soon.
And the fact that at the beginnings of the episodes, it's the the LA connection, right?
Yeah.
Like it's the right. This is an arc. So at most, it's probably going to last the season. But even then,
what do
half
you
a season
think?
would totally
What do you
make
think
sense.
they're referring to with the LA connection now?
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're referring to the FBI.
Oh, sure. Because originally it's Laurent. He's the connection to LA. And then it's when you said that, I thought you were talking
It's
about Salazar
well,
potentially.
when you say connection,
person you
it's
connect
something
with.
that you say to something when you're not in that place.
Sure.
It's say, well, I have a connection in LA. Well,
Oh,
what is
yeah.
that? Well, it's obviously not going to be, Casino, because they're, going to be, completely ruined.
Oh, yeah.
Salazar is going to be trying out of this world, so it's not Salazar. Laurent is not tied to LA specifically. Laurent is an international guy. It's not Abby. There's one group of characters left.
Well, and that's where the wordplay of it is so wonderful because, with the first episode, it's the flight, the LA connection, and the person
The LA
he meets that, gets him to go to LA.
Okay.
All right, cool. And then, then there's the emotional connection and the, business connection and all of that sort of stuff.
Well, I mean, these names are only ones that really the meaning doesn't change. It's about when you're, because it's the LA connection, meaning it's a past tense related thing. It's a thing with regards to something that happened there, because you wouldn't say it's a connection until it's already happened. So therefore, I built a connection in LA. Therefore, that case is the LA connection, right?
Well, right, but that could just be because it's a story that's being told. So it's like there will inherently be some aspect of it that's past tense. Right?
Well, right, but that therefore the meaning doesn't change as the story progresses, right? It's just it is a specific.
No, yeah, that's the whole authorial intent thing versus audience perception as a result of what the story has revealed to us, right?
Oh, okay.
Like at the beginning, it might be only a certain understanding of the different meanings of connection and what that might mean, and then as it goes on we get more.
Right. I guess it's just something where I didn't see it as something where it ever changed in meaning in any way, because I was looking at the name as cool, I can't wait to meet the LA connection, basically.
Gotcha.
And so
okay,
the only real character that has some staying power in the LA sense right now is the FBI agent.
well, but even then she's FBI, she's not LA, so she'd probably be all over the place.
That's true, I guess.
So-
But she was met in LA specifically.
Sure.
So I guess that's why I wouldn't call Laurent or
But he met him because he, right? Like there's
that was in Japan.
no, right. But it's and then he's going to LA, right? So there's yeah. Anyways, I love that title for an arc because it doesn't tell you a lot, and yet it has a lot of different things that it can mean. And I think a lot of there were probably just one or a couple of them that were intended. I think all of them add to the general poetry and experience of the story. So.
Cool. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon and get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general. Also, be sure to check out my Baldur's Gate 3 Let's Play on Twitch. And if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.